Hi everybody, in this video I'll show you how you can complete a Great Taste of Pharloom quest, which allows you to eventually get an upgrade for your Needel. This quest starts at the Choral Chambers. Now once you get to the area, you can actually see the oil in the glass, but you can't take it, and the server will only appear once you hit this glass. So if I show you the location of where it's located, you can actually see that we need 5 items for this gather quest, Great Taste of Pharloom. Alright, so the exact location is here where you see my character. This is in the Choral Chambers. Now you can go from the right side, you can see it's locked. You see, so we need to go basically from below. This is the way to enter. It's kind of hidden a bit, but you can see here, and there you go in. Right, and then you can interact with it. The first item you're going to get is the Mossberry Stew. Exists in Moss Grotto, more specifically in Moss section. Now I'm marking the map with kind of yellow, but the circle is where it's actually located inside the yellow square. So you can see I'm coming there from the bottom. In this location, we're going to find the Moss Druid. We probably visited this NPC already. We need to talk to this NPC. And this will trigger again, as you can see, the item request. You'll be given this item, so this is going to be the first. Mossberry Stew. It's just again the location where I'm at that particular point. This is the location. You can see my character there. Next one is going to be in Greymore. This is halfway home. The button there. Make sure, by the way, to have 480 rosaries. This one is expensive. If you want to know where to farm it, search my channel. I have a guide. Once you interact with him and give him the 480, it will open a cellar, which allows you to get the item. Now, once you get there, there's going to be a fight again, kind of wave fight, like many enemies fighting you. The item is going to be at the bottom, but once you interact with it, you're going to see that it will just trigger a fight. It can be quite hectic. Not something you can do. It took me 2 tries, but just so you know, it's going to be like the biggest enemy actually caused me the most troubles. I'm going to show you how you can actually eliminate him. If you see that not any enemies are coming, make sure to search for it somewhere. You know, an enemy probably hiding, so search the corners also, and you're going to find enemies there. Now, the biggest enemy is going to be spawning once you get to the platform. The platform actually will break. And you can see him here above me. Now you can just bait him a bit to the corner and wait for him to come, by the way, if you don't want to find him directly. And you can just chip some damage out of him. Or you can jump on top of his head. There are different strategies here. You see, hit, go and hit. This is again, if you don't feel comfortable with the fight against him, you can do that. After you finish all enemies, you can get the vintage nectar. It's going to be the same place where you try to interact with it earlier. And this is the second one. You can just get out, of course, same place same way you actually got there. All right, that's done. Let's move to the third one. All right, you can see 2 completed. Now, I just want you to finish the easiest part of the Courier because we're going to get back to it later because it's going to be much, much harder. But this is something easy, so put the easy things aside. Just make sure to go to Bellheart, and there's a border for missions. And take and do both my missing courier and my missing brother missions. For example, you can see me there, my missing brother. I already finished the other one, so make sure to finish those. But just, you know, the location, my missing courier is going to be there below the entrance to the wormways. This is going to be the location marked in yellow. And there are going to be also hints where you can actually sniff and track, and it shows kind of the pathway where to go. So again, make sure to unlock a Sinner's Road, and you comes from Greymore. There's option to get into this area. Just showing you the location more or less. If you try to unlock it, you haven't unlocked it just yet. This is the location, by the way, where it is at. You can see it marked with a yellow arrow. It's going to be there on the left after you jumping the platforms. Just interact with them. So once you finish these 2 missions, just put it aside. We're going to get back to this quest, which is much harder. We're going to keep it for last, all right? But this one, just put aside, finish it. if of course we haven't finished it already. All right, first we're going to do again Crustnut, and then we're going to move after that the last one to Courier's Rasher because it's very difficult. Just so you know, for this one you must have the clone line ability. Now the location of the item that we need, the Crustnut, is going to be, you can see here, in Sands of Karak. All right, this is a pretty tough area, by the way, but it's going to be in this particular location here. This is where it's going to be located. Now, the claw line ability is kind of grappling hook, and again, this is a must, again, if you want to continue. What we need to do is like that. We need to gain access eventually to Whiteward, and after that to the Calderon, but we can't do it. We need to first gain access to the Western Underworks. Then we're going to go to Choral Chambers. Then we're going to get the key, the white key. Then we're going to be able to go to Whiteward, and east to Whiteward and down, we'll be able to go to Eastern Underworks, because before that we weren't able to get to Eastern Underworks. All right, so Western Underworks, then the Choral Chambers, getting the white key, then to Whiteward, and then to Eastern Underworks. All right, so that's the process. A bit long, but that's what it is. So I'm going to repeat, so it's going to be clear. We need to go to Western Underworks, then up to Choral Chambers, get a white key, then go down to Whiteward, go east side, and then there's a path to go to the Eastern Underworks. Before that, we weren't able to get to. Now, the white key is located at Songglaive, again, the most northeast part of Choral Chambers. Now, before you enter the building there, look at the right side. You're going to find the key on the ground, because if you enter the building there in this location, the key will just it won't be there anymore. There's an option to gather by using a quest, but this is the easiest way to do it, by just going to the right, grab it, and then you can actually enter. So I'm just going to show you so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So this is the place, right? Songglaive. Right? So don't enter this building yet. Right? You need to go to the right. I entered, so it wasn't actually there. All right, so it should be right here. But for me, it's not, because I entered the building. All right, but if you haven't entered, it's going to be right there. But if it's not there, go to the board and take the Wandering Merchant quest and complete it. This will ensure that eventually you're going to be able to purchase it. So the location I'm going to show you, this is the location on the map. You can see I'm marking it right now. This is the location. So we went here, right? Go down, and then we're going to go here, and this is the location where the merchant is. So it's called Jubilana, so make sure you interact with him. And once you go back, you can interact with this NPC, Jubilana. Right? And then you're going to see that more items appearing in the store. Quite a few, and one of them is the white key. Right? Make sure again to have enough, because it costs 220 rosaries in order to buy it. Alright, so this is how you get the white key if you missed it. Now you can see where I'm at. We're gonna go and open the gate. Oh, it's an elevator. This is the location. Alright, and this will bring us to the Whiteward area. And then, again, I'm not going to explain everything here, but we need to go east, as you can see here where I'm at, which eventually will lead us to the option to get to the cauldron. We're going to be kind of, you can see it, lava. Alright, so this is where we're entering the cauldron. Alright, so once you are there, this is the location where you're going to find the claw line. I just mark it again with a marker. So where you can see the text, the Calderon, more or less here. This is where you're going to find it. All right, so there we got the ability. Now we can move on. All right, so that is going to be here in Sands of Karak. All right, it can be a bit challenging, by the way. As you can see, I'm already there, that location. So it's going to be kind of inside the wall that you break. and you're gonna find it there. So that's the Crustnut. Alright, so we got our third, and this is the location, the exact location where I'm actually at. Alright, now saving the two hardest things, I think this one actually is the hardest. This is a Pickled Maggot. This requires the Fade on Clock double jump ability. Now this one, we need to go to Mount Fae to get a double jump ability. I'm just calling it double jump, of course that's not the official name. That's what it does. And you can get it from the slab. I get it from, you're going to see it in a moment. But first of all, you see that this is Mount Fae. We need to climb the top. It's going to be pretty intensive. So you can see the slab at the top, but I gather from the bottom here. And this is the Grand Bellway. Once you are in Grand Bellway, you can just move left and you'll be able to get to this zone. You're going to get also damage, by the way, from the freeze, so everything needs to be quick. You need to find some hitting spots. It's going to be very dangerous. And by the way, maps will be there when you enter Mount Fae, the moment you get in. The amount of times I die here is just beyond belief. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in gaming in general, not just, you know, in Silksong game. So practice makes perfect, and eventually get it. Just getting used to the controls. Once you get used to them, they become much easier. But of course, you need to be consistent. You're going to find also again some benches, so you can actually rest every now and then. And again, once you reach the top, you'll be able to obtain this ability. Really challenging, super fun, very rewarding. Once you have it, you have access to this particular location in Sinner's Road, where there's a boss fight there that you need to defeat. And eventually, again, this one will drop you the item that we need. Now for the Courier's Rasher. Remember the two Couriers that we saved? Well, here they are. They're right here. Take a look. Alright, so this is Bellheart. And this is the bench. And if you're going to go and climb here, they're going to be located right here. So interact with them with tip and peel and choose the Courier's Rasher quest. Or I should say delivery. Now there's a catch here. I'm going to show you also the path you should take. You see the top left corner, you see kind of it losing is kind of spoiling. And the thing is here, you shouldn't, I mean, if you get hit, it's going to reduce more of it. If you can fast travel, so no detours. And it also goes down, gets spoiled over time. So the recommended path here is highlighted. This is the path you should take in order to reach eventually at the end. You can see it at the top, right? There are some areas that you think, all right, I can pass through. Just try to hit it. Eventually it will open up. Of course, try to avoid getting hit, any damage, and try to do this as fast as you can. All right, so this is the route that you take. And eventually we're going to go again, remember, to the same guy. We need to bring all the ingredients. All right, Loyal Mergwin. And just give you everything that we got. And made this big, beautiful whatever, which is master coming and eating everything. And in return, what we're going to get? Well, first of all, completing the wish quest. And you can see here, we're going to take the pale oil. Now, what are we going to do with it? So now we're going to go back to Bellheart, where we actually started, remember? And if you jump right to where the two couriers are, we're going to see this another bell. With going to be an NPC inside. This is the one that will actually use the oil to improve our weapon, to make it sharper. In general, again, we're going to deal more damage. Now, before we do that, we want to check it out what the text says in the inventory, because it changes each time you upgrade it. So we start with just needle, and then sharpened needle, and then shining needle, and then I've steel needle, and then pure needle, which is the fourth upgrade. So for me, for example, I'm in Shining Needle. So again, the text will change based on how many all upgrades you're going to bring, how many upgrades there are for your weapon, and you just become stronger. And that's it. Hopefully you find this one useful. If you have anything to add in the comment section for others to know, tips, tricks, and all this stuff. Thanks for watching. Cheers.